من الشيطان الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفثه الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now, I'm Ahmed Aragbala. I'm currently a medical officer at the Akron Islamic Hospital. I'm introducing this topic that I call intersecting Islam and medicine to you today. And I'm basically going to tell you about what we are going to do, and then hoping that you're going to come on this journey with us. So it is a series that we are hoping to strike what we know is an already existing relationship, but just to highlight or to make obvious the relationship, basically the relationship, the synergy between Islam and medicine. Alhamdulillah, Eid Mubarak, we have just completed the holy month of Ramadan, which was a very engaging, very involving, hair-raising, emotionally and psychologically empowering process. And we all saw that not only from our psychological well-being, it helped with our social, our emotional, our physical health as well. Although we might not be able to place our hands on the exact benefits that Ramadan has on our health, but we have experienced it. I mean, I think it's our jobs here, maybe as doctors as well, to then point you in that direction to actually say that, oh, look, this is actually a benefit of this if you haven't paid attention to it yet. We got this question a lot in Ramadan: what are the medical benefits of fasting? For some of us doctors, it was the first time we're hearing such a question. For some of us as well, we have heard it before. But then, every time you take your mind into actually asking yourself, the doctor that is being asked, that what really are the benefits of fasting in medicine, you realize that there are so many of them. Psychologically, it gives us a sense of well-being, a sense of communication with our Rabb. Psychologically, we know that when we are fasting, the body shunts blood. When we are eating, the body shunts blood to the gut. But then when we are fasting, there's a lot of blood that can go to the brain. Psychologically, we feel a sense of security. Emotionally as well, there's a balance that we experience because we feel a connection to something higher than us. Physically, we know that at the core of disease causation today, especially with non-communicable diseases, it is eating habits, it is timing of food, it is food itself that sometimes is at the core of disease causation. Vis-a-vis talking about diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemias, and the likes. Also, also socially as well, we know that we came together as a community. Most of us, we had tarawih, we had communal dishes, we had a relationship. So in all aspects of health, as defined by the WHO, Ramadan actually cues into all these and sorts them out individually. Blowing it out to Islam itself, it then dawned on me that just by being a Muslim, one has been able to escape so many of the disease-causing agents that we know today. Like, for example, hygiene. Hygiene is an all-important factor in disease causation. Talk about cholera, talk about COVID, talk about Lassa fever and the likes. Hand washing was and is very important, even in healthcare. We know as Muslims that by virtue of praying at least 5 times a day, let's say you don't even do any nawafil, just 5 times a day, we wash our hands. Like Allah said in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha qumtum ila salah faghsilu wujuhakum wa aydiyakum lil marafiq. To the end of that ayah. That's for hygiene. Also, we know that Allah said in the Quran, for example, that we should avoid taking alcohol. He grouped alcohol among other things, and he called all of them rijis min amal shaitan. Fajtanibu. They are rijis min amal shaitan. We should run away from them. La'alakum tuflihun. So that you may be successful. Now we know that today, alcohol is at the center of causing cancers, is at the center of causing metabolic syndrome, all sorts of diseases. Also, with something like smoking or substance abuse, by being Muslim, by being a conscious, a circumspect Muslim following Allah and the rules He has laid down, we know. Allah said in the Quran that la taqrabu salah. Salah is something we do almost like every other time. And Allah said that la taqrabu salah. Don't even go close to salah. Wa antum sukara. If you are not in your senses, if you are not in your mind. We know that. I mean, if you want to pray Fajr, how many hours is between Fajr and Zuhr? So if you want to be sukara, if you want to be high between Fajr and Zuhr, it won't be easy. Zuhr and Asr is even shorter. Come Maghrib, come Isha. So you see that there's no space for you to be sukara. Basically, Islam is saying, don't be high. Run away from things that will take your akil. Akil is your sense of control over yourself from iqala. Now, so these relationships already exist. I think it's just my job, and also with your interest, that we point out this relationship, and we, from the Sunnah of Rasulullah, from the Quran, from the religion generally, and then from the athar, from the information that we have from the salafs and from people before us, talking about how Islam, because these are things that we have not paid attention to. There are things that are there. Mr. Allah described how He created us, ثم من علقة, ثم من مضغة, ثم يكون عظاما, and إلى آخر ayah, to the end of that ayah. We see that Allah is pointing us to how He created us. These are things that in Islam, we are in medicine rather, we are now finding that, oh, this is the process from embryo to this to that, and how bones form and organs and all of that. Yes, so basically, not to take much of your time at this moment, all we are going to do going on forward is to relate, is to connect, is to synergize what is already there. We'll just point it out that Islam and medicine are at par, side by side. So if you want to ensure your health, one of the things that you can do is to practice Islam the way Rasulullah brought it to us, the way Allah Ta'ala sent Rasulullah with it. And then if you are a Muslim as well, a practicing Muslim, this is a time when you should appreciate certain things that you do out of knowing that Allah Ta'ala said we should do. But now you now know that even medically, even with your health, even prolonging life, these things are relevant. Like alayhi salam, Ibrahim asked Allah that, Kayfa tuhil mawtah? How do you raise up the dead? Allah now said, Qala awalam tu'min? Don't you believe? And I said, no. Bala. Walakin liyatma'inna qalbi. I just want to make my heart stronger. So for believing Muslims or active Muslims as well, this is going to be something that will liyatma'inna qulubana. It will also make our hearts stronger to realize that, oh, alhamdulillah, the things we are doing by virtue of Allah, Qala Rasul, they actually have relevance medically and even in preserving our health and hopefully leaving us in a state of complete well-being. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.